yeah, Veronica Mars, I'm watching you. Private eye.
Hello and welcome to your podcast, Veronica Mars. I am Joe.
And I'm Travis.
And today we are bringing you Veronica Mars Season 2, Episode 9, My Mother The Fiend.
So this is the one episode in Season 2 I watch over and over again. It's, for some reason, it's one I like, but also I have a lot of issues with it, so I don't know where we're going.
Well, there's a lot of, fan service, in a way. Well, Buffy fan service.
Okay, so there is, but there isn't, because clearly Charisma Carpenter and Allison Hannigan are not in the same room.
They did what they could, okay? They gave the fans what they wanted.
Not in the same room. Because there's never a shot of both of them. It's always from, behind one of them.
Yeah, and I feel like there'd be more, interaction between the two.
Yeah.
Like a hand on the shoulder type of thing. Like, oh, sweetie. Let me rub your shoulder. Yeah, it's kind of noticeable.
Yeah.
But I appreciate that they gave us it.
I do. Because I do remember when it first aired, I was all like, oh my god, they're back!
Losing my shit.
Because they really were.
I had just gotten into the show too, so I was like, not only do I get this wonderful show, but now I'm getting this reunion.
To be fair, Allison Hannigan was filming How I Met Your Mother at this time, so it was nice enough that we actually got her for a episode.
Yeah. Different network and all.
CBS could have easily been like, no, she's busy, but they made it work, so I appreciate that.
It was great. We'll talk about it more. But first, let's see what iTunes has to say, because this one's actually not bad. iTunes says, Veronica gets busted for breaking into the school office. In detention, she's ordered to reorganize the school's files and stumbles on her mother's permanent record. Veronica learns that her mother was suspended for reasons that cause Veronica to further question everything she knows about her mom. Meanwhile, with production of her Aaron Eccles story TV movie underway, Trina Eccles, recurring guest star Allison Hannigan, returns to direct a Neptune High play and immediately dislikes Logan's new girlfriend, Kendall Casablancas, recurring guest star Charisma Carpenter. Later, Weevil confronts Logan about Felix's murder. I think it did it well.
It did it well without giving away anything, and not
even the baby storyline,
So let's what do you want to dive into first? Because
I want to get the other stuff out of the way so we can just spend time on the main mystery.
Okay.
Let's talk Weevil and Logan. Because I really, really love the development of them in this episode.
I have to say, I'm with Hector on this. I'd put Logan in the ground too. And I think Weevil...
Hector wants him dead.
Because they all think they all think he killed Felix.
Right, he misses him so much. He's so sad.
There's so much paperwork he has to do now that Felix did, okay?
He is just tired. He's never wished for schoolwork more in his life. He's just I can't look at another Excel sheet. I can't do it.
So, I mean, but this is Weevil could just be honest to his crew, his boys, but nope.
But I think Weevil thinks there's something going on within the group, and he doesn't really trust anyone, so he can't. But I feel like he should be able to trust Hector. If anyone, he should be going. Hector should be in on this.
Hector is the bottom bitch.
It's that kind of upsets me now. I didn't even think about that, but. Yeah, you would think he would at least go to Hector, unless he feels Hector might be in on it, but I don't know, Felix and Hector were his, not even number one and number two, it's his number one and number one, and now one of them's gone.
Weevil has because Weevil's kind of shooting himself in the foot here.
Yeah, but I like that he's able to recognize that him and Logan have to work together.
And it kind of gives Logan something else to do besides being, a jackass to Veronica.
Yeah, her shadow, tagging along.
Because all of this season has been kind of Logan, Veronica and Duncan. And it's oh, cool. Yeah, Logan can be a character outside of Veronica.
Yeah.
And I like Logan when he's not Mr. Mars.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, when he's his own person.
Own character.
Yeah.
Because I like the Weevil stuff that's coming up, and even though I don't care for like Hannah, I just don't like the actress. I don't hate that storyline.
No, it's good enough. I definitely prefer the Weevil stuff, of course, but
yeah, you do.
I do enjoy that Logan he's not just tagging along Veronica solving his mystery. He's like taking the reins as best he can. But there wasn't really much to them this episode. I mean, Weevil getting duct taped to the flagpole.
Yeah, I enjoy that Veronica's talking to her baby and she comes around.
I really, what's really upsetting though is that they didn't do it. Wallace,
I know.
Or at least Veronica should have taken a picture so that she could have sent it to him. And why didn't we get a frontal view? This is just like, that's rude. Like, give the gays what they want. Come on.
Yeah, this is also the first episode since Wallace hasn't been here that they haven't mentioned Wallace.
Where she's not like emailing him or which the flagpole would have.
I forgot to mention in the last episode. It's like you don't need to keep mentioning Wallace isn't there. We know it. It's almost like pointing it out too much.
Oh yeah, by the way, just in case you missed it, Wallace isn't here.
Wallace is not here, and by extension, Jackie can't be here either.
Oh yeah.
Even though she's in the school.
Mm-hmm.
And it would have been funny to have her in, I don't know, the baby class. I would have loved her and Dick paired up or something, or her and Logan, or.
But that would have been a really good story to have her in, and then be like, oh yeah, 14 episodes down the road. By the way, she did have a kid.
Yeah,
I never thought of that.
Jackie doesn't really interact with many of the actual characters in this world, and if she does, it's very brief.
Yeah,
outside of kind of like Veronica and Wallace, and that's really it.
Well, her one friend, the chicken costume,
that shows up a couple times.
Yeah.
So it would have been nice seeing her interacting with Dick, or maybe her and Gia were doing something, because her and Gia, I assume, would get along. Or
I don't know. That would be. I don't.
I think they would, just because like a status thing.
Maybe.
And their dads are friends.
Oh God.
Also, give me more at this point, I can see Madison and Jackie being friends, because Madison would jump into she's the daughter of a famous baseball player.
Fair, yeah.
So of course Madison's going to be like,
before they think he crashed the bus.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to take advantage of that time frame.
Oh, I apologize so much. The mic is picking up my washing machine so badly.
Oh no. Fun. Okay.
I can just see the little squiggly line. It's not going to flat. It's just squiggles.
Oh, loving it. Let's talk Casablancas.
So we get Cassidy. I do enjoy that Kendall's trying to sell off all of Dick's stuff.
Oh my God, piece by piece and at a bargain price.
Bargain rates.
And she's also still trying to sleep with Duncan and Logan, and
I don't understand why she doesn't cling her. I mean, I guess they're both rich, but cling herself to another old man.
But I don't. She would have to leave Neptune. I feel
it would have been better for her in the end.
Oh, fair, yeah. Ouch. Damn. Kendall didn't catch a break.
Charisma Carpenter, in the 3 main shows I've watched her in, has died in all 3 of them.
And
not good deaths.
What's your third?
Charmed. She's on Charmed.
Oh,
straight up murdered on Charmed.
Yeah.
She was a reoccurring character.
For season 7?
Yeah. But she still got straight up murdered.
Well, back to we're not going to tangent into that. I really liked the whole storyline with Cassidy wanting to have his own business and use the money that he's gotten for the money that he's what is it?
His trust
fund money to to make a real estate company like his dad. Or
I don't
whatever.
understand. Okay, so is the trust money come from his mom? Because wouldn't his dad's trust fund be tied up?
I think it comes from family money, like
Okay.
deep pockets type of shit.
So I guess I assume the Casablancas are kind of like older money, so...
Yeah. It would at least kind of make sense. But I really like that. And it's a good way to, like, bring Kendall, like, keep her in the story without her, like, constantly trying to sleep with Logan and or Duncan. Plus, she's about to lose Duncan, so she can't try to sleep with him.
As much as I like Kendall, it is... I don't know. I don't think she really adds much to the storyline when she's part of this, like, the Phoenix Land Trust. Like, I like her line where she's like, I've worked really hard in my life to not have to work.
Oh, God bless Kendall. Cute. God bless.
And then how, like, she was being all condescending to Beaver, and he's like, if this is gonna work, you can't patronize me.
Sir, yes, sir.
Yeah, but I'm also like, I don't know. I guess this is his only option, so I'm like, I would not trust Kendall to be the face of my company.
Then let's talk about the best part then. And that's Mac and Beaver.
Cindy Mac Mackenzie?
Yes. And it breaks my heart, but like, I just remember watching this for the first time and being like, yes, this is absolutely what I would want, what I need. Like, this episode has so much. Like, you get Trina, you get the Kendall and Trina, you get Beaver and Mac for the first time. Like, it's easy to see why you would rewatch it.
Beaver's 2 years younger than them?
I think a year younger.
Because he says he's 16.
Well, but what's that last season? Because then he might be 18 this season.
No, he said in this episode he's 16.
Well, Matt could also be 17 and not 18.
I don't know. The ages, they are what they are. I enjoyed Mac's websites because they were god-awful, but also very of the time.
The sophisticated one wasn't awful.
No, the, like, fade in motion, or the effect, like
the screen wipe that it has.
Yeah.
I hated the darker website.
The first one.
Like, it was some like GeoCities. Welcome to my page. That one. I'm
surprised
bad.
like music wasn't playing.
Because he even says like, I want this to look like a Fortune 500 website, and I'm like, that first one's not even close. No. Even for the time. Say what you will about Beaver, Mr. Cassidy. Like, yes, he is a horrible person. Like, he is. However, he offered to match Mac's pay for, like, right off the bat, and didn't ask for anything for free when asking for the website. For exposure.
Like, exposure. Yeah.
I really appreciated that. That was...
I do too.
That was mighty kind of... See, not all monsters are evil. Okay, a broken clock is right twice a day. Mm-hmm. I loved when Cassidy's looking at the website, and he's like, I would totally trust this company with my money.
I would totally trust this company with my money.
And it'll work wonders with the ladies. Chicks dig scars and acronyms.
Good to know.
I'm a giver of info.
Yeah, well, as much as I'd like to impress the ladies with my title, I actually need the CEO to be listed as Kendall Casablancas.
Pay me in cash. I ask no questions. Just tip me off when you're going public.
You know, I think that might be illegal.
Still, you're admiring my moxie, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Mac is trying to flirt so hard. It's so cute.
So hard, and it's so cute. And it's also like, Mac, get out of there.
Right. Run,
Miss Mackenzie, run.
Oh, and then her asking if he's admiring her moxie. Just...
Oh, I do believe that's inside trading and illegal.
Why couldn't we have just had this? Why couldn't... But yeah, I like where they're going with that storyline, or the storyline they're building with that. It's not where I would expect it to go. And I guess you don't like that. So that's kind of it for the side stuff. I mean, we got the Meg stuff at the very end, but we don't need to talk about that now.
I would like to talk about it now. I would like to talk about the Meg stuff just because to get it out of the way. So it's revealed, obviously, that Meg's pregnant. But so there is an alternate ending.
Oh, I watched this one.
And I remember this very vividly. So you had to go on to AOL.com/Veronica Mars to watch this deleted scene. And then you had to vote because it was an alternate ending. So you had to vote which one you wanted. The one where like Meg's there and Veronica leaves, or the one where Meg's like dead at the
Smothered
end.
by a pillow.
Smothered by a pillow. And Veronica's under the bed. And you weren't allowed to vote unless you had like an AOL like provider, and I was in Canada.
No, she wasn't under the bed. She's like caught holding the pillow.
No, she's under the bed. Someone comes in, she gets up, and then she takes the pillow off, and then is caught holding the pillow.
Oh, okay, seriously. I thought you meant like it ends with her like hiding under the bed.
No.
Okay. Sorry.
She goes under the bed, Meg's mom walks in, and then leaves, and then...
Oh, no, she's
Veronica
hiding in another room.
Isn't she under the bed?
No,
or behind a
no,
curtain?
she's hiding like behind a curtain. And then she walks out.
Oh, she hides in the bathroom, that's right.
Yeah.
And then she walks out, and Meg is dead, and pulls out the pillow, and a nurse walks in. And I'm like, I remember like the fan chatter was very pro killing off Meg. And that obviously didn't happen, but honestly it did in the end. Like, this was such a weird...
It was more of a how do you want Meg to die type situation. Like
It was
smothered by
also
a
such
pillow
a gimmick
or
because
giving birth.
there's no way that alternate ending would have actually been the one that stuck, because they'd already filmed the episodes, and there's no way to kind of finish these episodes with Meg.
Yeah, with Veronica holding the pillow as well.
Yeah.
Like, that's gonna be a whole episode.
Yeah, so it's like, was there a whole episode we just never got because it wasn't voted? I don't believe that. I don't believe UPN
Oh my God, that'd be
paid
crazy.
for a whole
That would be
other
crazy.
episode that was never... Because, like, Veronica Mars wasn't exactly number-busting show.
This wasn't Game of Thrones.
No, so they didn't have an alternate episode. So I just remember this being really stupid, and again, Meg, they did you so bad.
They did.
The fandom also did you so bad too.
Yeah, we failed her.
We failed her.
Which is funny because you would think like people would want Meg alive because that would bring, especially after the revelations of Duncan, like, I love Meg more than anything. Oh. I don't know.
Because she's a woman.
It's... Meh. Okay, can we talk about happier
that's the Meg
things?
stuff.
Oh, and then Veronica finds the dead rat.
I love it. I've never been a fan of corn dogs, but I never will be going forward. And when she's like, did you put this here, or do we have a solid lawsuit against the processed food industry?
Oh, Veronica was envisioning that meal ticket. Oh, I've had those times. I get it. Mm-hmm. All right, so then we could talk about the good stuff.
Where do you want to start?
Clemmons being a fucking mastermind genius.
I love Clemmons so much. I'm glad they're using him a lot more this season.
Right? We don't deserve him. Oh,
we don't. And he's such a jerk to Veronica. Like, he pretty much puts her in like a you have to do this situation. Because he's like, I love how he puts it. He's like, I know your financial situation.
He is very blunt about it. He's like, you're poor, and I'm going to dangle this in front of you.
Yeah.
And I love, so like, watching it like after initially knowing what he was doing, like you could just see these looks that Dwayne Daniels was doing, like whenever he would like talk to her and like get her to do, I don't know, he would just kind of like glance but then not glance. I don't know, it's I only noticed
I love when she confronts him at the end. She's like, pretty clever, like assuming I had a key to your office.
She respects the fuck out of him for that.
Oh yeah, so much. She's
like, honestly, if we were different ages and I'd sleep with you.
But that was like a I mean, I guess he was betting heavy that Veronica can't keep her nose out of things, and he was right. But that was pretty lucky that like she actually did stumble upon her mom.
No, I think he put it there. I think he put it there, but he was like betting really hard that she would open it. But I mean,
It's Veronica. I
It's
know.
if I was in Vegas, I'd take those odds.
I know.
I'd put all my money on it. Like,
Who am I kidding?
he's a sly dog, that Clemmons. I like that we start to get, or not start to get, but that we got some like Jake, Leanne, Celeste backstory. I really, really enjoyed that in this episode.
I do too. They've kind of changed things around because Leanne graduated in 1979, but all this stuff took place in 1980, so it is what it is. But I would have liked some more.
Yeah.
This would have been perfect for This episode would have been perfect for flashbacks.
But then that's more actors and money, and they already have
perfect
Allison
for
Hannigan.
flashbacks.
Allison Hannigan probably cost quite a bit.
I bet she didn't.
Charisma Carpenter probably cost a decent.
No.
Well, no, because she's a regular. Not a regular, but she's a. Wait, is she?
Charisma, no, she's like she probably had like a 13 episode contract or something. But Charisma Carpenter's not exactly commanding high paychecks. Okay,
You don't know that.
I do know.
No,
that.
you don't. You don't cut those
facts.
checks.
I do.
Oh, okay.
I work for
Mr. Payroll.
UPN. I work for UPN.
How's it been being unemployed all these years?
Fantastic.
You've worked really hard throughout your whole life to not have to work.
Exactly.
I like the idea of like Celeste faking a pregnancy to get Jake. Like, how hot was Jake in high school? Because if I could fake a pregnancy, I would. I with every bone in my body.
I think it's just
would.
because I assume Jake came from money. Like, I'm sure he's made a lot of his own money, but I'm also sure he started with money.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Like, I picture it as like they're both, because Leanne was garbage, or not garbage. She was not a 09er.
Was Celeste rich?
It was never established. Our headcanon is she wasn't.
Oh, okay.
And she crawled her way into Jake. As any good woman should.
Fake pregnancy by fake pregnancy.
Yeah.
Ooh, someone doesn't have their phone on silent.
Because I had to turn it off silent when I took my nap, so I didn't wake up.
You're the worst.
Yeah.
I like when Clemmons brings Veronica into the file room at first, and he's like telling her everything that she has to do, and she just like,
your sentence is up when each of these files finds its way alphabetically into that cabinet.
And I can't use magic, right?
I think that was a cute little thing. Because I would love to see an alternate reality where there's magic in Veronica Mars world.
No.
Yes. Not just one. Shut up. You're the worst.
So let's talk about, I have a lot of issues with the actual main mystery in this episode. So in season 1, Trina, when Trina first shows up and they're talking about Lynn, she says to Logan, she's my stepmom, but your mom.
Yes.
Which kind of implies that, like, Aaron's her dad.
Kind of.
But also...
I was thinking about... Because that's, like, the big thing for me that throws it all wacky. And just doesn't make sense, because, like... Where's her first adopted mom now, if that's the case? But I feel like her and Lynn just never got along, so she never thought of her as her mom. But her and Aaron, she was always like daddy's little girl. So like that's her dad, also, and that's like just her adopted mom.
So it's established in season 1 that Logan moved to Neptune when Veronica was 12, 14.
Oh,
12
or 10.
Yeah, 12 or 10. So I don't understand why these two huge celebrities would adopt this little baby from Neptune.
Yeah.
That's where my biggest issue comes with. Like, I understand celebrities adopting, but it's just, why would they from this
the only
random city?
That's fair. Yeah, that one's.
Because, like, they make it very clear, like, everyone kind of knew about this, like, prom dumpster baby. Like, it was kind of a thing. So I just find it weird that Aaron and Lynn would adopt her.
Like, with no...
Because they weren't in Neptune at the time. It'd be different if they're in Neptune, but it's been established that they didn't move to Neptune until at least Logan was 10, so Trina would have been
But then we have that...
a teenager by then.
That conflicting one that says Logan was there since kindergarten, at least.
Okay, but even in that case, Trina, it's still... They haven't lived there their whole lives.
Unless they did live there and, like, moved to Hollywood and then moved back type of thing.
I still think it's such a weird... It doesn't work for me. This whole storyline, it doesn't work for me. Like, Trina being... Not that Trina being adopted. Trina being adopted by Aaron and Lynn. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't work for me.
I get the frustration.
Anyone can say that can convince me. You can send us DMs. I promise I will reply this time. But
Will you?
I will. I will not leave you on red. They want this so badly to be like the big twist that it's Trina and that she's actually like she's possibly Lynn's or possibly Celeste's daughter, and it's like cool, but it doesn't really make sense. And even when she's talking to Veronica, she's like, I always wish my parents were movie stars. And Veronica's like, your parents were fucking movie stars. What are you talking about? Like,
I love that Trina wished she came from, like, double royalty. She's like,
I know.
It's so on brand.
It is so on brand. And I love when she comes back and she sees Veronica. She's like, I'm really sorry about the whole dad thing over the summer.
Oh my god. Water under the bridge. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the idea of this episode of the mystery, but it doesn't work for me. And I feel like they just wanted to do it because it was Allison Hannigan.
Yeah. Well, I would.
I feel like they could have done something more interesting with
I kind of think it would have been fun if she was Celeste's daughter.
They're both redheads.
I know, it makes sense. Aren't they the only two redheads in Neptune?
Possibly.
Well, I mean, Mac is also slightly redheaded.
Yeah.
She's bi-redheaded.
This is the premiere of Mac's red highlights. She didn't have them in the last episode.
So much red hair going on in this episode.
I know.
Oh my god, rise!
So yeah, that's just my issue with this episode as a whole, is the Trina adoption stuff.
I think that would have been a good backstory to get, is to see why Aaron and Lynn did do it. Like, if they could have just put that in there, that could have solved everything. Honestly. Like, that's kind of... Yeah. That would have been really nice. Just to get a bit more of, like, where they're... Like, explain that there's story there, people. But I love Veronica going into the room and seeing Trina Trina freaking out about it.
Yes.
It's like Evan Rachel Wood playing Veronica.
3 words. Evan Rachel Wood. And it was such like, I know they probably couldn't afford her and she's on Westworld, but I would have loved for season 4 because they have like the Veronica Mars like actress.
Oh.
Like, how amazing would it have been if they could have got Evan Rachel Wood? Like, that would have been like such a fucking deep callback. And I'm sure it would have just been such a waste of money just to have her in for like I think it was like 30 seconds that they showed it.
That would be genius.
It would have been so good.
Oh. No. I always felt they should have done like a big movie about it. I don't know. Thought that would have been fun. Like an Aaron Eccles movie.
Yeah, I think the movie should have been the Veronica Mars movie, the Aaron Eccles movie being made. I think that should have been the main mystery of the movie.
That would have been...
Or like a couple episodes in season 3. I don't know.
That would have been so great. Well, that's what mine and Heather's original season 4 was going to do that. Oh, God. That would have been such a great...
You guys had more Trina?
Yeah, I have an episode written. It was the second episode of it.
Trina was busy. There's no way you would have got it for season 4. Like, she was in like prime How I Met Your Mother's time now, okay? And that's when she started having babies too, so like...
We would have worked around the schedule. I would have shot when it needed to be shot. It's fine. I would have moved heaven and earth to make that storyline work. So it would have been so great. Ugh, never mind. I won't get into that. But okay, so there's this part where it's like right after Trina and Veronica see each other, and Trina tells her she should join the play, and Veronica's like, oh, I can't act, or whatever. And Trina says,
I can't act.
Oh, acting's overrated. You've got presents, sweetie. Listen, we'll catch up later. Right now, my company needs me. Ugh, the play is my master, and I am its whore.
and then it cuts right to Kendall at the door, and I'm like, that is so rude.
It's not rude if it's true.
Solidarity. And then we get like the best scene in the episode right after that cut. And that's when Trina and Kendall are in the same room, but not.
When Trina and Kendall and their body doubles are sparring off.
I'm just going to play the whole interaction here.
Please don't.
Why?
That's like a 2-minute scene.
We'll see. I'll put something here.
Well, I'd love to stay and chat, but I've got places to be.
Where? Is there a club where you, Dee Dee Pfeiffer, Joey Travolta, and Melissa Rivers all meet for drinks?
There is. I don't think you'd like it. It's 21 and over. We're hitting an after party at Chuck E. Cheese, though, if you're free. Okay, well, I need him in bed by 10 p.m. sharp. He's got school tomorrow. Night, all.
All the joke's on her. She came over to borrow my video camera. The girl does love a good exit line.
Just like the verbal sparring is the greatest thing ever. Like, this was written by Dana Lynn North and Phil Klemmer.
But what I like about the sparring is it's actually not that good. It's actually pretty bad and like very weak.
That's a lie.
No, it is. But it works because they're just like both such like washed up awful people that should not be like, they're trying to one up each other, but they're both garbage. That's what makes it really good. Because their insults are not that great, but they both think they're so much better than they actually are. And that's what makes the scene so great.
I don't know. I think Trina had the better lines here. Because Kendall only had a club where you, Dee Dee Pfeiffer, Joey Travolta, and Melissa Rivers all meet for drinks.
And her reply, like
21 and over. We're hitting an after party at Chuck E. Cheese, though, if you're free. But I need him home by 10 p.m. sharp. Like, that was good. That was good. It was Kendall's that was weak.
Kendall, it was... Because they have great chemistry, the two of them. Like, on Buffy they did. So it's kind of sad we didn't get them, like, their energy to play off each other.
Yeah. Like, there would be more, like, just slight touching. Like, a brush of the hair. Something like that. But Logan also had some really good lines in this. Like, when he's introducing the two of them.
So, is this your much older sister I've heard nothing about?
Oh, yes. Where are my manners? Kendall Casablancas, Trina Eccles. Rode hard, meet put away wet.
I'm guessing she's the wet one.
You're put away wet.
And then,
but also, like, Logan's an asshole. Like,
well, obviously. And, like, just after Trina leaves and whatever, and he's like, well, the joke's on her. She came over to borrow my video camera. The girl does love a good exit line.
You just see, like, I just pictured Trina stand outside the door and just be like, fuck.
Yes! I'll just get it tomorrow, whatever. Another thing that I liked about this episode that we don't really get much of throughout the series is Veronica going to Keith for help and going to him for help about Leanne. Like, I thought...
I'm still, like, confused about the whole... It's not really clear what age Leanne and Keith met.
Pretty sure college.
I guess, but, like, I want to know why Keith was here. So he didn't go to Neptune High.
I don't know. People move.
I guess they met at Hearst.
Could be. Did she go to... I don't know if... Because
what other college where there had been a Neptune?
There's another college. The one that Veronica goes to in season 1. That one.
No, isn't that, like, outside? Isn't it, like, a 2-hour drive? Is that the whole thing?
Oh, God. I don't remember. The whole thing was confusing even when we watched it.
Yeah, the time... Well, there's some weird timeline things that are off here, too. Like, so, the scene where Veronica walks up to Weevil and he's tied up, is like, okay. And then she goes over to Duncan's and it's supposed to be night because he's going out with his mom. But then the next scene is Weevil confronting Logan. Like, is that supposed to be the next day? Because it makes it play like it's the same day.
I believe it's the next day because there's different... Logan has done something different.
But why would Weevil wait a whole day?
Lick his wounds.
I guess. It felt very like...
Or maybe it was like... Was it towards the end of the day? Do we know if it was like the beginning of before school?
It just felt like it was a lot. It just didn't feel... It just felt like we needed to put that scene somewhere and it just wasn't cut properly.
Mm-hmm. I do enjoy that we got Celeste, though. That they actually did bring her in for this episode because... I didn't realize, like Veronica, that Duncan hadn't told anyone in his family that he's dating Veronica again.
I mean, I get it.
Right, but, like, why wouldn't he tell Veronica that? Like, it's not like he's hiding something from her. Like, she wouldn't understand.
No, I think she would have been kind of hurt by it.
I don't think so.
I think Jake would have been okay. I bet Jake knows.
Jake, yeah. But she understands Celeste enough. I don't think Veronica would hold it against him.
Honestly, I would not tell Celeste either because Veronica's so nasty.
Oh, because Celeste is just a bundle of joy.
Yeah, but Veronica doesn't help. Neither of them help.
Okay, I just feel bad for Duncan in this scene because they both are just, like, turned to him against each other.
Me breeding with a cane? No laughing matter. But look, no one has to know, right? Worst case scenario, things don't work out. I'll just dump her off at the big dance. It worked at your prom, didn't it?
Does she ever make sense, Duncan?
Does she ever thaw out, Duncan?
Don't feel bad for Duncan. He's going to be leaving both of them real quick.
Yeah, that's true. One of the lines I really like, though, is before they realize that Celeste is even there.
Hey, now. You're not about to badmouth Celeste, are you?
Heavens, no. I mean, what could I say about that saint? She is a warm-hearted, good-humored, lovely woman of high breeding and impeccable social grace.
Why, thank you, Veronica.
Oh, my God.
I love the lovely woman of high breeding. It's impeccable social grace. Like, it's just so... That's great. And Celeste deserves every moment of her... every moment of it. And Veronica's, like, face crack when she realizes Celeste behind her is worth it.
I agree. We also get another Simpsons reference in this episode. Trina calls the lunch lady Doris.
Yes. For the longest time, it was hard.
Her name's Mary. Well, I just decided to call her Lord Doris.
That's your mom.
And then we get a great scene, and kind of, because they set it up last episode, Trina busted on the principal.
Raise academic achievement scores.
Hey, Pops. Hope I'm interrupting.
Trina, glad to see you're feeling better. I'd heard that you were...
At death's door? And when exactly were you planning to hook me up with a little bone marrow?
Perhaps we should take this outside.
Oh, come on, Dad. The least you can do for your daughter after dumping me in the John on prom night.
And, like, all the teachers are just like,
And Mrs. Hauser's just like, it wasn't me.
I don't know who would have done this. But, like, before that, I liked the whole when Veronica goes to Trina's room in the hospital and, like, gets her to do the monologue or whatever. Yes. Like she knew what to play into with Trina to get what she wanted.
And I love how Trina's just like, you scoundrel. Oh, I love you. Yeah. Let's do this.
She is in it.
Because she's like, your mom could be Celeste. Well, there could be worse things. They're billionaires.
I would have had that same goddamn reaction and been like, can we have started 3 hours ago, Veronica? Like, let's get this train moving. And I love that she thought she was on Punk'd.
Ashton.
God. That reboot still hasn't come out yet. Has it?
What?
They're rebooting Punk'd, I thought.
Ew, why?
I don't know. No one cares about it. I really... With Lunch Lady Mary, not Doris. Thanks, Trina. When she pops up with like the newspaper and is like, I want to give you my bone marrow, whatever. Like Trina, I really enjoyed that they had Trina like have a human moment with that and like kind of like fall into her mom's arms. Like,
I think I'm gonna give that all to Allison Hannigan.
Oh well, obviously. Like,
yeah,
but I liked that they didn't have her like be like, ew, gross. Like, no, thank you. Like, I'm good.
Well, she liked Lunch Lady Doris. She gave her extra like fries or whatever she said.
Extra cake.
Oh, sorry.
You never forget the lunch lady that gave you extra cake.
She's trying to fatten her up.
That became your mom. You know, whatever.
You know, one or the other.
Oh, we didn't. Veronica, like posing as like a legitimate PI with like the placard and everything when she's trying to find out where the baby went. That was really ballsy of her. I would have really liked for Keith to have walked in though.
But I like how
and then have to play receptionist.
The foster mom's like, well, she's had some really bad luck. Her dad was in jail. Her mom committed suicide.
And Veronica's realization, like, oh.
That only fits one person.
Right. That narrows it down quite a bit. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
And we didn't really talk about it at the beginning, but I love a good story with having high schoolers take care of fake babies. That's like one of my favorite tropes with high school
it's a
shows.
Trope that never actually happens.
No, but it's like one of my favorites. I never got that in high school, which really pissed me off. Because I always thought like, oh yeah, one day in high school we're going to have this. And wacky hijinks will ensue. And I didn't even get it for the hijinks. It was really upsetting. You know what I did have to do, though, is dissect things.
What I really did like is there was a couple mixed race babies, like, among them all. I'm like, okay. It's weirdly specific.
Oh, with, this was a really, like, weird, kind of vulgar line at the beginning when Veronica gets the note to go to Clemmons or whatever, and she, like, walks into his office.
What do you got for me? SAT cheating scam? Toilet cam in the girls' locker room? A sticky divorce, perhaps?
Like, toilet cam in the girls' locker room?
It happens.
That is dark. Like,
not for Veronica Mars, it ain't.
I guess not. Oh, fuck.
I think she'd just be more offended, like, did someone put a cam in my office?
I'm the only one that gets to bug this place.
Yeah, exactly.
That is mine. Oh, wow, this episode's short.
You said 40 minutes.
Wow, I did. Damn. See, this is what happens, though, when we talk about an episode we really, really liked, is it's very much, I liked this. I liked that. This was good. That was great.
There's really not much to talk about.
No, but it's still like you said, it's like an episode you can just go back and rewatch and have fun with.
I do enjoy the episode. I just think it's greatly flawed.
I wouldn't say it's greatly flawed. There is one continuity error.
And that's kind of the whole episode, though.
I guess. Well, it doesn't bother you enough to, like, not rewatch it, so...
I rewatch it mainly for Allison Hannigan.
Well...
She has 3 episodes, so I had to enjoy all 3 of them. And she's not even, like, this is the only episode where she's really, like, the main focus of an episode.
And this is her last episode, right?
This is her last episode.
Oh, rest in peace, Trina Eccles.
Like, I wish they could
come back for season 5.
Season 4. Like, Allison Hannigan, she was done, How I Met Your Mother at that point.
Oh my god, dude. It's been, like, 6 years since How I Met Your Mother, hasn't it?
Something like that.
Alright, so do you have anything else? I think I touched on everything. Oh, I do appreciate that Keith said that Veronica was right and that he should have won the election. That's really gonna hurt with how big her ego is gonna get over it. But, like, I'm glad he could realize, like, oh shit, I was wrong here. And yeah, I probably could have done more as sheriff than the nothing I could do right now.
Yeah, I know. The whole sheriff storyline, again, was stupid. I think I said it before. It was stupid. It made no sense. It went nowhere. Like, he should have just became sheriff.
He should have. He should have.
I don't see why we needed... Like, yeah, we get some interesting Lamb stuff this season, but not where it's worth it. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's a lot of missteps a lot of missteps this season. Because the show did, like, I think what this season did better than season 1 was, like, plan a lot more of season 2 because they knew they're getting a full season. But I also think they half-ass plan stuff and then change their minds halfway through, or just like storylines didn't work the way they wanted to, so they kind of cut them off. I don't know. I just feel like a lot of ideas were thrown in, but they didn't really commit to anything.
Or there just wasn't enough weight on them, or like the end result didn't have enough weight.
Or just there was
to the actual story.
There's just really everything. A lot of these storylines kind of just end without any. They just end to end, and there's no fanfare about it, and that's I think what kind of hurts a lot of season 2.
I can see that. Why?
In my humble opinion.
Well then, one thing I think I might have mentioned this slightly, but I like that. I know they kind of framed it where Veronica just wanted to like take Celeste down a peg or whatever, but I do like her wanting to find like some remnant of goodness in her mom. Yeah. There's just like a really tender moment. I was getting kind of frustrated at Keith a little bit there when he kept bringing up, well, Celeste. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of like a bonus to it, though. It's not really the driving force, because she wanted this before she found out that it could have been Celeste.
Yeah.
Like, she just wants to know that her mom wasn't this horrible monster.
Her mom was not a fiend.
Yeah, that she was a friend. And I do kind of like that, yeah, Leanne was a gossip, but she was also a good person. Like, as a high schooler, it wasn't like...
She wasn't the gossip. Mrs. Hauser was the gossip.
That's fair. That's right, yeah. Miss Hauser is horrible.
Miss Hauser is horrible, and she's only going to get more horrible.
God bless her husband.
Like that,
ex-husband.
I really like that Miss Hauser's used a few times in this season. It's for actually really good effect. Because this is her second episode. I think she has 2 more, maybe.
It really adds to the, like, not mythology, but like just the school. And
it's because you're actually kind of rooting for Mrs. Hauser to have her comeuppance, and then she 100% does.
But they don't ever like force her into places where it wouldn't work just to have her there. It's like, oh, we need like a teacher that's going to be a bitch.
Well, she's not even like, I wouldn't even say she's as like an awful teacher. She's just like a kind of a bitchy teacher. Because even when Veronica's like talking to her, she's like, I haven't had my coffee, Veronica, but like continue at your own risk.
But then, like, in the last, Nobody Puts Baby in the Corner, when she's just, like, yelling at Jane that she's, like, one day gonna get gonorrhea, so pay attention.
She also did just get freshly divorced. Like, I think she was, like, a little on edge.
I guess.
I think she's, like, chilled out a bit since, you know, she was sacked. Wow, wow, wow.
She's still shitty. All right, so do you want to go into some segments?
Let's do it.
All right.
As kind of a side project, I dispense fashion advice.
This is the fashion segment where we go back to 2005 and talk about all the great fashions that we liked, hated, or, like last episode, nothing that was really there. Do you have anything for this episode?
I have a couple things.
Okay, good.
Kendall's red dress. Kendall always dresses to impress.
Yes. That's kind of like when I think of Kendall, I think of that red dress.
But I also am like, it looks so much like Glory's dress from Buffy. Like, I find it really funny. Like, it always, for some reason, it always gives me a chuckle. She also had this, like, sparkly cheetah print outfit when she met up with Beaver at the cafe. I also really like Trina's, when her and Kendall meet, and she has, like, this dark purple, like, jacket with, like, gold dragons on it or something like that.
Yeah.
That was really cool. And then I also love that in the hospital, Trina had like the silk nightgown on. Of course she did.
I like Trina's, when she slips on the skull, like that very like thespian. Like yes. It was so over the top. And Trina, like, let me show these kids what it means to be an actoire. But the best look of the episode was hands down Mac when she's showing Beaver the websites and like her 2 little buns.
Her hair is nice, but her outfit, I is just not that great.
No, she's so cute. That's
I don't think
she's
they
cute
dress
from head to
Mac very
toe.
well.
I think she's adorable.
Whatever.
I love it. And I guess like a lot of it has to do with Tina Majorino just being like
I think they just dress
the cutest
Mac,
human.
but, like, let's put her in like a clothing that's like 2 sizes too big.
Yeah, I could see that. Oh, and Logan's like vest jacket at the very end of the episode.
Yeah, I like that too.
I want that.
I just like that he doesn't have that leather jacket right now. That was nice. That was a nice change.
Yeah, I've never. Maybe one day I'll change my mind, but I've never understood vest jackets. Like, as someone who gets cold all the time, why would I want to take away my sleeves? I don't. It's not. I don't get it. I don't get it. Can you explain that?
As someone who gets warm all the time and is told that I make the bed a furnace, I get it.
Okay, but like, do your nipples get cold and that's the reason for it? Because you're still wearing a jacket though, so I'm guessing it's keeping part of your body warm. And wouldn't like the core of your body stay warm quicker than your arms?
I don't have an answer for you.
I don't know. Let's go into our...
I don't have an answer for anything they wear in Neptune, California.
But this is an epidemic worldwide. Let's go into our next segment. I'm not
It could be worse. He could be wearing like a hoodie and shorts in the middle of winter and sandals, okay? He could be like straight boy projecting real hard.
Gross.
These are the jokes.
It's time for our favorite quotes. In this segment, we like to go a little bit more in depth on it and talk about what our favorite quote of the episode was. What was yours, sir?
Well, mine goes to Celeste, and it's...
When I look at your face, all I see is your drunk slut of a mother.
Mom! Yeah.
Oh my God.
Hands down, Celeste gets it.
Damn.
Just because, like, the delivery is just so, like, matter of fact. It's not even, like, supposed to be a joke. She's just like, this is a fact, Veronica. I look at you and I see your slut of a mother. Your alcoholic slut of a mother.
Oh, I love it. It's classic
she's
Celeste.
also, like, 100% accurately describing Leanne Myers. So it's nothing, it's just a truth. Celeste is just stating a fact, a true fact.
I don't know. I guess. I said mine already, so I'm gonna go with something I forgot to say when we were actually talking about it. My original one was the I don't think you'll like it. It's 21 and over. We're hitting a party at Chuck E. Cheese. Have them home by 10. Whatever. Trina's a godsend. With the backup being Veronica talking about Celeste when she comes up from behind her. So I am going to go with Veronica talking to her plastic baby. And
Ever hear of genetics, kid? Thanks to your grandma, I've got a 50-50 shot of becoming an Elkie. So that makes your odds 1 in 4, which isn't so bad. Oh, and there's also this latent mean girl gene. You're lucky you're made out of plastic.
So Veronica's just like, I am never having kids because they are just going to be fucked.
Well, she didn't, so...
Also, like, what, not to mention, if it's like a kid with Duncan, they're also going to have the whole, like, blackout issue, possibly, so... Oof.
Yeah, but they'd have so much money to take care of it, so...
Fair. Well, but look how well that turned out for Lily.
That wasn't... No. Lily's death had nothing to do with the case.
I'm just saying money doesn't necessarily equate you living...
Because Lily got greedy. Lily had everything. Lily had everything, but still wanted more, okay? Lily had everything, but she still wanted more from the world, okay?
Can we go? We're going into our next segment.
Excuse me, it's Madison's turn. It's time for a Madison Minute. Hello.
Let's talk about our living queen, Madison Sinclair.
So, I think she would be part of the school play. It's kind of where I'd place her.
So, I kind of was thinking the same thing, not because Madison would want to be in the school play, but because she wants to schmooze in on Trina.
With Trina, yeah, no, of course. That's what I was thinking.
And it's not like she knows that Trina is some like D-list actress, but she also knows that's like a potential connection.
Yeah.
So she wants to just like kind of get in there and like get close to her or whatever. And I feel like Madison would play up the popular girl thing, and she knows like Trina would eat that up. Like, oh, I'm the head here at Neptune. I bet
Trina was the Madison when she was at Neptune High.
Oh God, yes. Oh, and plus, like, the daughter of Aaron and Lynn Eccles, like, yeah.
I'd also like to put Madison with being partners with Dick, trying to raise a baby. Like, that B plot, or that C plot would have been fantastic.
Oh, my God.
Madison, like, not wanting anything to do with it, and then, like, Dick also wanted nothing to do with it, and then just, like, failing miserably.
What would be great is just, like... we randomly just see the baby placed throughout the school in random scenes. Like, they just leave it laying around, and like Veronica passes it, just like, oh my God. Like,
yes.
Could we get that?
Yeah.
So much missed opportunity with Madison. Oh my God.
Always and forever.
All right, let's go into our next one.
Go Pirates!
MVP time, our most valuable pirate. In this section, we like to choose whatever character that we like most out of the episode, whichever one maybe did the best, whoever made us laugh the most, or just whoever we're vibing with the most. Who is your MVP, sir?
I'm going to give it to Trina.
Figured.
This is the
You're predictable. So predictable. She was my second choice. I was going to give it if you, for some reason, didn't.
When else is she going to get it? Never.
Season 5, baby.
Season 5. Trina. Revenge. Trina's Revenge. Veronica Mars, Season 5. Trina's Revenge.
Season 6, Rise of the Eccles.
Rise of the Eccles. Like the ash. Rise from the ashes. Trina will rise from the ashes of her brother. Like the phoenix she is.
Jean Grey who?
Phoenix Land Trust what?
It all makes sense.
It all ties together.
Oh my God.
It all connects. Rob Thomas has been laying these seeds for such a long time. I'm really impressed.
All the build up to season 5.
All the build up to season 5. He knew.
Fucking genius.
He knew from this episode.
Fucking genius, man. I think I want to give it to Weaves. Mr. Eli Navarro. I really just enjoy that he's like teaming up with Logan. He's like, no, that
how come you
we
gave
need to do
me
it
so
this
much
way.
attitude last week when I gave it to him, but this
because I thought you should have given it to him this week. That's why. But he doesn't do as much. He just finds out the information last week. This week he actually does something.
To Trina this episode.
I could have given it to Trina this episode.
Or you know what? I'll give it to Meg. How about that?
In this episode?
Yeah.
Fuck you. I'm giving it to Meg's fetus. Fuck you. No, fuck all that. I'm giving it to Meg's mom from the cutscene.
No, I'm giving it to the nurse that walks in on Veronica from the cutscene. No, the pillow. It's for the pillow.
The pillow is, if I could give it to the wig in episode 2, we can give it to the pillow in this episode. I fucking hate it.
Jeez.
Pirate points are earned by being a contributing member of the school.
You've heard us before. Pirate points are given instead of a numerical score or letter grade because we feel you know how we feel about the episode already by the time we get here, so we're just going to have fun with it. Travis, what are you doing for pirate points?
I give it enough pirate points to drop off your baby at the prom.
God.
So, okay, let's talk about this whole dumpster baby thing. Prom dumpster baby. I never understood...
Just a prom.
The concept of it.
Baby.
Yeah, that song also is what was played in my head. But also... I don't understand the concept. So, like, all these girls are just getting pregnant exactly 9 months before prom. So they're all getting pregnant exactly, like, when
what do you mean, all these girls? Oh, like, I get what you're saying.
The trope.
Yeah. So, like, okay, I was like, is there a mass thing that happened?
Like, basically, all these women are getting pregnant at the beginning of the school year, and then just, like, no one realizes they're pregnant, and then they all just drop their babies off at the prom. Because when I was younger, I used to think... the concept was like they got knocked up at prom because that made more sense.
Yeah, okay.
But I don't understand this whole like how can it be a trope And like all these girls perfectly get pregnant, and then like
I mean, back to school time got me going.
Well, like in the best time to like
all that prime meat.
So much is happening at prom. They just all go into labor at the same time, and
you're having like football
babies.
Tryouts. Like, yeah,
it's just such a weird trope that I personally never understood.
I get that though. I get that. Like, how did it become such a thing? It probably was something that like happened a handful of times, and it's so scandalous that it became like a thing through media.
No, probably. It's such a weird concept when you actually think about like all these, because also all these girls,
and then how are they going back to the prom just like bleeding?
Yes.
Torn
also,
up?
Like they're like getting these prom dresses and it's like clearly they must be pregnant.
That's why they have the like shawl thing to like drape over.
I guess it was the 80s. There was a lot of frill.
A lot of taffeta.
Because like there was a girl in my high school that was pregnant, and it was very obvious she was pregnant. You can't. It's not as easy to hide pregnancies as I think as TV wants you to think.
I hit it all throughout junior year, and no one said a thing.
Your little cum baby you had going on.
What? I never waste. I hate you.
I hate me too. I hate me too.
So that's why we're friends. We have that in common. I'm giving it enough pirate points to orchestrate your grand plan to dethrone a rapist and take your spot as high school principal.
He deserves so much.
Clemmons?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, like I just imagine like Clemmons has been.
I'm sorry. I take it back. I'm giving Clemmons VIP.
Yeah, actually. No, I'll give it to Clemmons. You can keep it on Trina.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, no, it goes to Clemmons. You're right.
Clemmons.
Yeah. I don't know how I even skipped that because this is like the episode to give it to him.
This is his episode.
Like, I could just imagine him finding out about this like all those years ago and not being able to do anything because like the other guy's in more of a powerful position.
Because he was just a teacher at that point, right?
Yeah, he wouldn't be able. He was a science teacher. And
I also, for some reason, really liked that Clemmons was a science teacher.
Yes.
Something about it just makes me feel really, like, happy.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why, it just does.
I'm really hoping it was chemistry.
I also just loved my science teachers in high school. They were always the fun. Like, I'm still, like, have a science teacher on Facebook. Because she was, like, the coolest teacher ever.
I only ever had one cool science teacher, which really sucked for me because I liked science, but like none of my teachers were. That's why chemistry was my favorite, was because that teacher was the only science teacher that was really cool for me.
Miss Burkhausen for the win.
But yeah, like he couldn't do anything about it, so he was just like biding his time, and then he's like, I could use Veronica. She would love to take him down.
And it helps that they introduced him in the last episode, so it doesn't feel totally out of the blue.
And yeah, like you said before, it would have been nice to like have seen him one more for like maybe like once in season 1.
Yeah,
or something.
Yeah,
because it always felt like they were very clear that Clemmons was vice principal, but it always felt like he was principal.
I just assumed for the longest time he was principal, and even basically watching the show, I'm like, oh yeah, he's not the principal.
Even more, yeah,
this principal.
Like on this rewatch, have you been? Because I've been doing that. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh wait, no.
And then they'll mention it. I'm like, oh right. And I'm like, then who's the principal? I'm like, oh right, Trina's dad.
All right, but anything else?
No.
Alrighty. So that brings us to the end of the episode. If you liked what you heard today, please make sure to subscribe to us on whatever platform you are listening now. And if there is some sort of rating system, if you can find those 5 stars and give it a little... we would really appreciate that, letting us know that you enjoyed us today. And if you would like to get a hold of us on social media, if you want us to talk about something we forgot to talk about, want to mention something for a future episode and even previous episode, find us on Twitter and Instagram at veronicamarspod on both of those, or send us an email, veronicamarspod@gmail.com. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram, mainly Twitter though, don't really ever use Instagram, at Ojo, that is OHJEAUX. And you, Travis?
You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Travis Truant. That's Travis and then TRUANT.
Well, perfect. And then with that, we will see you guys next week for Veronica Mars Season 2, Episode 10, One Angry Veronica.
And The return of Leo.
That little figure. I don't even know how to explain that to the audience right now, but this, like, he got so excited and did some weird shit with his hands.
The return of the Italian stallion.
Other than that, I hope that you guys are having a better day than the dark, shady origins of Trina Eccles. Goodbye.
Bye.
You tried to say Veronica Mars. We get it. Girl detectives are bitchier than regular detectives. Not into it.